Hi, my name is Jeff Hewitt, General Manager here at Cullen Motors, and today we're doing the Cadillac small car comparison between XT4 and OPTIQ. So, if you're in the market for one of these two amazing Cadillac vehicles, make sure you click the link below to get your special YouTube incentive, and then come down and see us at 386 Ontario Street in St. Catharines, Cullen Motors. Thanks. So here we are. We're at that juncture, right? Gas versus EV. Well, at Cadillac here, we still have, at this point in time, we still have a gas offering and an EV offering. Of course, this is the XT4. This has been a terrific vehicle for us. It's actually one of my personal favorites. My wife owns one. Great, small, luxury vehicle offering from Cadillac, all-wheel drive, 2-liter double overhead cam engine, right, making 250 horsepower, 258 that is, and does a great job for us. We've been a high volume XT4 dealer for years, and really kind of sad to see that this one will be going away. The good news is that we have the Cadillac OPTIQ to sort of take over from where this one's going to leave off. Now the Cadillac OPTIQ, brand new this year, and I'll have you know, unlike our competitors, this vehicle is completely different, all new from the ground up, built to be an EV. Nothing has been borrowed from XT4. This is a completely new vehicle. So we have two Cadillacs here playing in the same space. And what's even more amazing is that Cadillac's done a great job where dimensionally, although these vehicles look very different, they're almost the same. Yes, the OPTIQ's about that much longer. They say it's about 9 inches, but when it comes to width, height, interior room, headroom, hip room, all those dimensions all come in about the same. OPTIQ gets a little more in the rear compartment. We'll show you that in a couple of minutes. But really, these two cars go head to head. And here's your opportunity to decide which one's right for you. So this is probably going to be the biggest difference between these two vehicles, other than the fact that one's gas and one's EV. Back here in the rear compartment, in the OPTIQ, we have quite a bit more room. The extra 9 inches or so of length is almost all back here. We do have a privacy shade that comes with the Sport 2 model. Really great space in the back here. We actually have some more storage underneath, and that's where the EV cable is, for if you have to stop somewhere, the tow out hook. Great space back here, great height. I am 6 foot tall, right? So I've got lots of room. I'm not gonna bonk my head. And it does have the power to bring the hatch down. Over here on the XT4, you can see it's a little shallower. Does have a privacy shade that goes up with the windshield. It's not the pull shade like you have in the OPTIQ. Little less room, especially between the wheel wells, in a slightly higher entry height than you're getting from OPTIQ. Once again, the height of the hatch is really convenient. Also has the button to close it. Overall, this has been a really great feature, but I have to say that I think OPTIQ wins on this one for the little bit of extra space. Let's go around to the driver's side. We'll get inside of this XT4 and we'll take a look at what it's like inside. So getting into XT4, this has actually been one of the best parts of this vehicle is the entry height. It's been a winner for, well, basically everybody. It's very, very comfortable to get in and out of. Of course, it has all the typical Cadillac accessories that you expect to find. Now in XT4, unlike OPTIQ, you actually get leather seating surfaces. In OPTIQ, you get a leather-like synthetic. In here, we're still leather seating surfaces. Yeah, a bit of a change. In this particular model, this is the entry level. There is a perforated ventilated leather that is available, but this being a fairly basic premium luxury, this is the way it comes. Very similar display on the dash, just like OPTIQ, very similar operating system. That's about the only real similarity between the two vehicles. Obviously, this being gas, that being EV. We do have great passenger room, we have great rear seat room, and we have a sunroof opening that is not available in OPTIQ. OPTIQ does have that full glass panel, but it's fixed, so it doesn't open. So if you like that open air experience, XT4 might still be the one for you. Now, getting into OPTIQ, okay, so this is a light interior, that was a dark interior. I understand the differences, but there are some other differences. We have this console that is cantilevered. If you've seen the other video, you've got this great room down here below, perfect for a purse. You know, a little bit of a different feel. The fabric on the side here rather than, you know, the sort of leather-like material that was on the door panel of the XT4. So some subtle differences, some updating. And quite frankly, they've become a little bolder with their design choices, and I like it. It's a little more exciting now inside than the XT4. It does have this great glass roof panel, but it is fixed, and so you don't get that open-air feeling, but it adds to the brightness, especially on a gloomy day. So the one thing we haven't talked about yet is price, and it is true. The base price of an OPTIQ versus the base price of an XT4, there's an $11,000 difference, and that sounds like a ton, doesn't it? 11,000, I think 11,100 to be exact. If you do the research or you come by our showroom and you start taking a look at the window stickers, the Mulrooney labels as we call them, right? They're gonna give you some fuel efficiency data on both vehicles because they recognize the fact that it does cost money to charge these things, and it certainly costs money to put gas in these things. When you look at an average driver and they calculate it more or less on somebody that drives 20,000 kilometers per year, what you end up with is a break-even point on that $11,100. So if you're looking at a dead cost and you're not really concerned with whether you're driving a gas-powered or an EV-powered vehicle, at the 4-year point, you've broken even. If you've chosen the EV, well, after 4 years, you're ahead. And that has nothing to do with the environment, that has nothing to do with anything else. Now, obviously, if your driving habits are different, if you're a full throttle accelerator all the time, all these numbers go out the window, okay? None of that matters. But based on an average person driving the average mileage, doing the average things with their cars, it says it's about 4 years. So the question for you is, does it make sense to you or not? And right now, I'll tell you what, if it's XT4 that makes sense to you, then let's get them now because we're running out, and unfortunately this is the last year for XT4. We won't see this wonderful product again, so make sure you get yours today. My name's Jeff Hewitt. I'm the General Manager here at Cullen Motors. Please comment, take a look, like us, subscribe. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.